This is an example of the autoLink function of Revit Workflow version 2.0. I've got a sample project open here in Revit 2012. In order to demonstrate this, I'm going to go up to the Revolution Design tab. On my workflow panel, there's a Place AutoLink button. That's the first and simplest method of referencing views with AutoLink, so I'm going to go ahead and hit that. What that allows me to do is puts me into the mode to place this generic AutoLink generic annotation symbol. This symbol is customizable to whatever, basically however you want, per your firm standards. The meat of this is the reference parameter in here. You can see I can select this, add a leader however I want, just like any other generic annotation, and place these in any views that you would like. And you can see that this comes in as default X references, which means it hasn't been set up yet. I do, however, have a bike rack detail, which is currently set as detail A on sheet A400. So in order to set that AutoLink, all I have to do is click this, just like generic annotation, and type in my view reference. And then the next time I save, I will get a link A400 is set. There's also ways to turn this dialog off. I'll go through that when we go through the options, but for now this tells me that it's been set up. Okay, so now I've got this reference A400. So now, for whatever reason, maybe we decided we want to do 1, 2, 3 instead of ABCs to number our details, new firm standard or client standard, whatever. So I'm going to change this to detail 1. Now if we go back to our floor plan, you can see it doesn't change instantly. However, as soon as I save, sync, or print, it will give me this dialog. It says view A400 changed to 1A400. Again, this can be turned off, so it just does it automatically, but this is telling you that it changed, and indeed we can see as we go back to the floor plan that it's changed. So this now is set up. From now on, this detail will be right. Every time we save, sync, or print, it will see if it needs to update, and it will update it if necessary. So that will be automatically coordinated no matter what. Okay, the second way to use an AutoLink is through parameters. You can see on doors here I've set up parameters. I can set them up as project parameters or instance parameters within the family, but I've got head detail and jam detail for this door. As you can see, I've also got a door schedule set up here with my head and jam. I'm going to go ahead and put these here just to demonstrate a little bit more cleanly here. If I go into my AutoLink settings, again on this tab, oops, the help files, settings and AutoLink, you'll see I get this dialog box, which gives me my parameter grid over here and some other settings over here. This is where we disable some of those error messages and other stuff that that we don't need or may not want. Okay, so over in this area we've got our parameter and category grid. First, I've got the AutoLink that's used for generic annotations. That's the parameter that we talked about in the first one. I've also set up my jam detail and head detail parameters for doors. If I have any other, maybe I want to add a sill detail parameter. So I would just simply type in sill detail there, and I just need to make sure that that parameter name is typed exactly as it is in the actual name of the parameter so that it matches. And I'm going to tell it this is related to doors. Okay, so you can add as many parameters as you want. You can delete some of the ones that are existing, whatever. Okay, so I've now got my head detail and jam detail for doors. Those parameters are now set up as AutoLinks. So all I need to do, like for door 100 here, let's do this in the schedule. So number 100, our head detail, if we look at our sheet A400 here, which is our detail sheet, detail 2 on sheet A400 is what our head detail is. So all I need to do again is type in 2A400. I can do this like I would in any other schedule. Maybe this is the detail for all of these doors. As soon as I click save, again, since I've still got these turned on, it's going to tell me all of these were set. Okay, so now, again, we've got principals maybe that can't make up their mind, but we're going back to A's and B's. So this would be then detail B. on sheet A400. And once I hit save, you can see this. I get this dialog, and you can see all my head details are updated in my schedule because they're updated on the door parameter, which is what that schedule is showing. So you can see this is very powerful. You can basically make an automatic link between all these parameters that you use in door schedules, room schedules, finish schedules, or whatever, and link them to views. You can make any of these parameters that are anything that's a text parameter can be linked to a view and automatically updated once that view is updated, just like Revit sections and elevation callouts and everything like that, the callouts on the plan are. So you can see it's very powerful for that. Just a few last things on the autoLink settings. You've also got the ability here to disable autoLink updating if, for example, you've maybe got a project you're getting from a client or something, and you just want to make sure that nothing's messing with anything, and you don't want to make sure that nothing's trying to update. You can temporarily disable updating of autoLink. You've also got a couple different options here for what happens when a view reference is not found. Perhaps if somebody types in a view that doesn't exist, or the view that does exist gets deleted or something like that, it can go to the previous one. It can not change it at all and just give you a dialog, or it can go back to that default. There's a checkbox here to show the error message or not when that happens. There's also a manual update autolinks. If you don't want to save, sync, or print, but you still want to update them manually, you can go into the settings and just hit that button to update. And then finally, this checkbox is the one when it shows when it updates. You can saw when I saved, it showed me a list of the ones that were updated. This is the checkbox for that. If you don't care to see that dialog box, if you just wanted to update it and leave you alone, you can uncheck that. So that's the settings dialog for autoLink, and that's the rundown of how autoLink works. Hopefully you enjoy it and see the power in this really powerful Revit add-in. Thanks.